All right, Taco Tuesday. We're making chicken chipotle tacos. So I've got all my veggies here chopped up, ready for this dish tonight. Got tomatoes, some shredded cabbage, my cilantro, my chipotle peppers here. That's gonna go with my chicken once I put that into the frying pan. And then my white onion here. That's a quarter white onion right now that's chopped. I'm gonna use another quarter when I cook up the chicken as well in the pan. All right, so next is gonna be cutting up the chicken. All right, so I got my pan heating up here. That way, once I chop up my chicken, I'm going to transfer that right into this hot pan. All right, so cutting up this chicken, I want to make little tiny squares when I'm cutting this up. I'm not going to be using like big chunks or anything. I'm going to use really tiny squares because it's going to be easier to put it in the taco that way. Just got to find my knife first. All right, I'm gonna dissect my chicken here, and I do have 2 boneless chicken breasts that I'm using. So again, if they are kind of thick, go ahead and fillet them down, cut them in half. That way you can get smaller pieces out of it, and then you can cut your chicken down from there. Another good way to do it is by grilling your chicken, and then adding the chipotle flavors to the grilled chicken like in a bowl or something. This one here I'm just gonna cook straight on into the pan. Let's sear those flavors right into these pieces of chicken. Don't worry, I'm not going to dry out my chicken. Really does not matter. Again, the way this chicken is going to be cooked, it is not going to come out tough. So against the grain, with the grain, it doesn't matter. Now when we start cooking with beef, that's when it matters. But hopefully we won't have any gum-like pieces of chicken in this. Oh, there's that little funky part of the chicken I always don't like. Don't want to get that on our taco. Shush. Alright, again, just cut them up here into little tiny squares. Chop, chop, chop. So you want those little pieces of chicken to be fitting in the taco. Feel free to make fajita size pieces of chicken. Fajita tacos are always good too. I'm not knocking that one bit. Bloody mess there. Okay. Okay. And here we go. I think I need to sharpen my knife a little bit. See that? Nice and chunked up here. Good pieces there. That's how you want to get them for your taco mix. Oh, looks like this one didn't go all the way through. My cuts on that piece there. I'm human just like the rest of you, I swear. Okay, got that chopped up. We're going to wash my cutting board and then get this into the pan along with our green onion. Alright, I've already cut up my green onion a little bit here. I've also split the bulb, just like that. That's how I want it in the pan. Best thing to do as well, before you put that in the pan, cut those ends off. Any contaminants that are in those ends you don't want in your food. And then I'm thinly slicing the other quarter of onion that's going to go in here as well with my chicken. You just want to thinly slice this up. Alright, once you get it all sliced up, it's ready to go. What's going to go in first is my chicken. With my chicken, I'm going to throw some garlic powder in here. Before throwing it in, yes, I love the garlic. Got to do all that. Alright, I'm going to throw my oregano in here as well. Toss that sucker in there. Yes. Okay. A little bit of cumin. Now, for my cumin, you do want to measure out the cumin. I don't do more than a quarter teaspoon at a time because cumin does go a long way. All right. Yeah. All right, I got my cumin, oregano, and garlic powder all mixed in there. I'm going to toss that into my pan behind me. All right, got my cast iron going. It is hot. It is ready. I got a little bit of corn oil in there. Fire that up with. Toss that up a little bit. There we go. Go ahead and throw my onions in here. Spread everything around in that pan there. We'll let that cook. Now I'm going to put my chipotles in there. So I'm going to throw in that little can of chipotles that I got. Toss that all in there. Yeah. All right. Continue to cook this over a medium heat. I leave the peppers in there. A lot of people like to blend these up and then throw them in, but I think the freshness of those peppers and just having them in there is best, honestly, flavor-wise. Anyway, and then if you choose to blend these up, just remember to strain them out. You won't get it all chunky, but I love to cook those peppers right in here with my chicken.